Good morning, ladies, and happy Tuesday. Rise on up. It is the start of a brand new day. Let's go. Hopefully you had a good Monday. I did. Definitely very busy, but very productive, so I cannot complain. Heading to the office today, off tomorrow. Orientation tonight for school for Scarlett. Busy week. Busy week, so I will be on as much as I can, but we're going to fill our souls today. We're going to fill our souls with Ecclesiastes. Hopefully I'm still pronouncing it right. Chapter 2. We're going to talk about the vanity of pleasure and the end of the wise and the fool. And verse 1 goes like this. I said in my heart, come now, I will test you with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure. But surely this also was vanity. I said of laughter, madness, and of mirth, what does it accomplish? I searched in my heart how to gratify my flesh with wine, while guiding my heart with wisdom and how to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was good for the sons of men to do under heaven all the days of their lives. Verse 4, I made my works great. I built myself houses and planted myself vineyards. I made myself gardens and orchards, and I planted all kinds of fruit trees in them. I made myself water pools from which to water the growing trees of the grove. I acquired male and female servants and had servants born in my house. Yes, I had greater possessions of herds and flocks than all who were in Jerusalem before me. I also gathered for myself silver and gold and the special treasures of kings and of the provinces. I acquired male and female singers of the delights of sons of men and musical instruments of all kinds. So I became great and excelled more than all who were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. Whatever my eyes desired, I did not keep from them. I did not withhold my heart from any pleasure, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my reward from all my labor. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had done, and on the labor in which I had toiled, and indeed all was vanity and grasping for the wind. There is no profit under the sun. Verse 12, then I turned myself to consider wisdom and madness and folly. For what can the man do who succeeds the king? Only what he has already done. Then I saw that wisdom excels folly, as light excels darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walks in his darkness. Yet I myself perceived that the same event happens to them all. So I said in my heart, as it happens to the fool, it also happens to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, this also is vanity. For there is no more remembrance of the wise than of the fool forever, since all that now is will be forgotten in the days to come. And how does a wise man die? As the fool. Verse 17, therefore I hated life because the work that was done under the sun was distressing for me. For all is vanity and grasping for the wind. Then I hated all my labor in which I had toiled under the sun, because I must leave it to the man who will come after me. And who knows whether he will be wise or a fool? Yet he will rule over my labor in which I toiled, and in which I have shown myself wise under the sun. This also is vanity. Therefore I turned my heart and spirit of all the labor in which I had toiled under the sun. For there is a man whose labor is with wisdom, knowledge, and skill. Yet he must leave his heritage to a man who has not labored for it. This also is vanity and a great evil. For what has man for all his labor, and for the striving of his heart for which he has toiled under the sun? For all his days are sorrowful, and his work burdensome. Even in the night his heart takes no rest. This also is vanity. Verse 24, nothing is better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that his soul should enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw was from the hand of God. For who can eat, or who can have enjoyment more than I? For God gives wisdom and knowledge and joy to a man who is good in his sight. But to the sinner he gives the work of the gathering and collecting, that he may give to him who is good before God. This also is vanity and grasping for the wind. So some context behind chapter 2, Koheleth made a clear distinction, because that's who was writing this, between the wise and the foolish. Now the fool walks in darkness, while the wise focuses on internal dimensions of life. The biblical definition of a fool is one who leaves God out of his life in all his actions and thoughts. And those who are genuinely wise make God the focus of their life. A wise woman orders her daily life in tune with the purposes of God, yet from Koheleth's earthly perspective, the wise and the fool would come to a very similar ending, but would die and soon be forgotten. Thus Koheleth, vanity, or meaningless, prevailed. Dwelling on the negative reflected a lack of faith, and finally left Koheleth in despair. And as long as he was still searching for meaning in temporary worldly things, he met only profitlessness and disappointment. He drew a tentative conclusion about the futility of life in these verses, that one should enjoy food, drink, and work, capitalizing on whatever joy he can find. The sovereignty of God, though, is the most important factor in this distribution of gifts. A great mystery emerges from the fact that some have wealth and power, while others do not. But with everything Koheleth faced, the ultimate realization was the material possessions could not be carried away with the descendant on his death. Have worldly possessions, you could be rich or poor, but ultimately we will all hold the same status in the gates of heaven. However, that is all for today's Bible study, ladies. Yeah, it's walking in your own way, like how I used to do too. Our ways are not the best, and our will sometimes is not what he had planned for us. So sometimes, trust me, you will go through things and you will assume that, like, why did God send it to me? But did you really leave a door open? Did you leave an avenue of something for the enemy to come in and be like, oh, well, she's sleeping on this? Fill yourself up with the word. It's really good to know about this, because once you do, you can really start to discern throughout the day what's really coming at the flesh and what's really of spirit. I know it sounds crazy for some, especially for early believers. I was there. Trust me, I was an early believer. Was like, what are you talking about? But all in due time. There's no rush. Just throw in the word, and he and God will do the rest. But to an amazing and blessed day ahead. If you'd like prayer, leave a message down below. If not, hop on over to Facebook, Instagram, where I post majority of the time. But to an amazing day. See you tomorrow.